tell you right now,
Television,
from seeing them doing that and knowing where they was at,
television.
and I know that you got a lot of people doing it.
Television,
They're not doing it.
television, television.
I definitely try, man. But you gave me the idea though, because when it was like a lot of people in here, and then had all the lights and the wires everywhere. Then I had to get you a seat, so I said, "Yo, let me change it around." What's good, world? It's your boy Maverick the Ghost in the building. This is YTG TV. I'm sitting here. Let the people know your name.
Ronson McDowell, but I go by Ronson.
Yes, yes. So tell the people a little bit about what you do and how you do it and when you do it.
Well, I've been a media photographer for the Pro Football Hall of Fame under my company Ronson Originals now for 14 years. And I started off shooting at Youngstown State University with Trevor Parks. And then it just branched out to other things. Went to New York Fashion Week. Denise DeBartolo York, owner of the San Francisco 49ers, funded that for me and my daughter. So my daughter went as a professional model, India Raven, and I went as a professional photographer. And then just from those three venues, just everything just blowed up.
Mm-hmm. So what's your favorite part about what you do?
I'm not even gonna lie. It's football,
Mm-hmm.
and then the models. But
Okay.
I'm a big football head, all the way back to the early '70s with the little electric football sets.
Right.
And I was like acting like I was taking pictures with my 1964 camera, and then now that's what I'm doing in real life.
For sure, for sure. So when it comes to like taking the pictures, like what is your favorite scenery, like your background? Like
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love taking pictures outside
right.
because you can use buildings, you can use trees, you can use water. Like it's infinity what you can do taking pictures outside. So that has to be my go-to thing, just to be able to take them outside.
Mm-hmm. Now I heard when you was here with your daughter, you used to be a pastor, or
Yeah,
you are a pastor?
I was a youth pastor. I was a youth pastor for Superintendent Ross Johnson, and that's at Bethel on Glenwood. And then
Mm-hmm.
I ended up being a paid youth pastor on Glenwood as well at the Salvation Army.
Okay.
So I had like a total of 7 years, as a youth pastor. But I do have my ministerial license. I have married people, and I am an ordained elder. It's been over 24 years now.
Okay.
That's a great question. And not to try to get ahead of you, but that's a great question because I was preaching and doing revivals, and one day the Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, "I want you to get out the pulpit, and I want you to start working with secular people."
Okay. So what's the involvement of working with secular people? Like,
They're just like we are.
mm-hmm.
They got more money though, and they got bigger houses, mansions, and cars and all those things. But
Mm-hmm.
I think the main thing with me is that they see that I'm just genuine and I'm going to be nice to the janitor or the CEO of a company. So
Right.
I make them feel comfortable. I'm really not starstruck. It's only two people I was really starstruck over. That was MC Light and Rakim when I met both of them.
And how did you meet them?
Uh, let's go with Rakim. I was going to Lock 3 in Akron, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And to make a long story short, I was traveling with Steve and Stacy K and Billy Badass. And we got up there and they said, oh, you guys not getting in. So Steve was like, what you mean I'm not getting in? Like, I got connection. They're like, we don't care what you got. You're not getting in. So I told him, I said, listen, man, just do what he tell you to do. He said, well, how am I getting in? So you're going to have to go around the other side and pay like everybody else. So I told him, I said, Steve, don't worry about it. God got us. I didn't know what was going on. I walked around with them. It was a big security guard. He pointed at me, said, "Hey, you with the cameras, come here. I'm going to put you in the best position."
Wow.
So I walked in, and then I said, "I got some friends with me. Can they come too?" He said, "Yeah." And so we all end up getting in, and we had all access. So we got to see all the old school rappers and stuff. And uh, I got a chance to go on stage with Rakim, back it up a little bit. So Steve was asking me on the way, like, "Ronson, who's your favorite rappers?" I was like, MC Light, Rakim. He's like, "No, who's your favorite?" I said, "I got to go Rakim." He go, "There go Rakim right there." I said, "Man, stop lying. Get out the van." It was Rakim. I go over to him. I said, "Yo, Rakim, I got your new joint. That's nice." He's like, "Oh, good looking, my man." And I was like, "Can I help take your bag? We stand at the same luggage, same hotel. Can I help take your luggage up to your room?" He's like, I said, "I'm nothing but a servant." And then he said, "Okay." And then so I said, "Can I get a picture with you?" He said, "I got to get fresh." I'm looking at him like fresh, like he was already fresh. So he like walked me up. He got my room number, he got my phone number. Call me about an hour. I'll come down, take pictures, and he did. So that was that. And then with MC Light, I was just on Facebook. I saw she was at Youngstown State University. Called the guy, said, "Hey, I got to come, meet her." End up being on stage with her, like taking the pictures. The funny thing about it was that was the first CD that I got was MC Light's. The first music video I seen of Fayetteville, North Carolina was MC Light.
Crazy.
And I prayed to God, said, "I want to meet her one day," not knowing that it was going to take, that was in 89. So not knowing it was going to take, decades later. But I lie not to you. I was starstruck when I saw her.
Man, that's crazy. And your stories go on and on because I remember when you was here, you was saying like you just God put you in the right predicaments in the right situations where you get to meet these people.
Let's talk about that for a moment. So when the pandemic came, 2020, no Pro Football Hall of Fame, the world shut down. Right. I think the next year, 2021, if I'm not mistaken, the Browns was there. That's my second squad. So they wanted me to get the shot. I was like, "Nah, I don't got no insurance. I really don't want to fool with that." So I was like, "God, I could have seen the Browns,
Right.
And then he like, "I got you next year, Ronson." And I was like, "How you gonna get me next year? That was my Browns." So the next year, my number one team, my Raiders was playing.
Here we go.
Yeah. So I literally was like, "Man, I hope I get to see the Raiders," because I called. They said, "Yeah, the Raiders is gonna be at the parade." So I heard the Holy Spirit say to me, like, "Go to the restroom." I was like, "God, I'm always talking back to God." I was like, "God, I don't have to go to the restroom." He's like, "Go to the porta potty. Go to it now." So I went in there. I said, "Okay, now what?" He's like, "Wash your hands." I washed my hands. He says, now come out. I came out, man. Who was standing there? The Raiderettes, man. End up meeting them. Met the director. She took a picture with me and the Raiderettes, and my favorite Raiderette football player, Raiderette cheerleader. So it was just amazing. And then later on, my wife and I, we got a chance to go down there to Allegiant Stadium and do the tours. And so they gave me a special gift saying, like, "You took more pictures than anybody in the history of Allegiant Stadium."
That is crazy.
I got stories for days. I'm going to tell you that right now.
All right, let's go.
I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to say this right now. I was thinking before my daughter got interviewed, you interviewed her, which did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
I was like, I was sitting there and I wasn't hating on her, but I was like, man, I should be interviewed for all the stuff I've done. And on my way over here, she called me. She's like, "Hey, we got some things to do, so wrap it up. Don't be so long."
She messing me too. I was like, "Whoa, all right, hold on."
So I'm going to talk fast. That's why I'm tripping over my words right now, because I'm going to try to get it all out, because when I watched the interview that you did with her, me and my wife was watching on a big flat screen TV, and it was amazing. I was like, "Oh my goodness, the graphics is just crazy." So,
thank you.
I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that this is my first interview with someone that is renowned.
Thank you. Listen, y'all gotta quit coming here and saying all this good stuff about me.
Hey, it's facts. It's facts. I like Shannon Sharp, but I'm gonna tell you right now, your set is just killing it. It's
thank you.
You got the videos, you got the graphics. It's amazing, man.
It's nothing but God, man. Like
Yes, sir.
like I said, I just been back since June, and the love that I'm getting and the things that's going on, just amazing. So
Yeah, yeah.
I can't take the credit for nothing.
Right, right. Now, speaking of credit, Ronson Original started with a multi-billionaire, Denise DeBartolo York.
Hmm.
To make a long story short, my son, he's like what, 30 something? So 30 something years ago, I was working at Holiday Inn in Boardman, TJ's. I would go and do VIP, and I would get her father, her late father, Edward DeBartolo Sr. Uh, I would get his coat and hat when the limousine would pull up.
Hmm.
Later on, I met Eddie. Eddie gave me my first tickets to see the Browns and the 49ers. I didn't know about Denise, the sister and the daughter, but I saw her walk in the hotel one day, and I was behind the desk, and I was like, "Woo, who is that?" And it was like, "That's you getting fired if you ever speak to her." And so I got a chance to tell her that story when she invited me to her office. And so now she started my company, Ronson Originals, and she made me her lifetime photographer. They've won 5 Super Bowls and 7 Super Bowl appearances.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
So why you not a San Fran fan?
that's my third team.
How many teams? See, I only got one team. See, you. That's
And I
messed
still
up.
can't. I still
That's
can't.
like having a wife, a mistress, and a girlfriend.
There you go. My wife won't like that part, but yeah.
My bad. My bad. That was just a saying.
If I was Solomon, I would go to 700 wives and 300 concubines.
Mm.
But yeah, funny thing about it, me and my wife, speaking of my wife, we just celebrated 35 years of
And I
marriage.
thought I was invited. I didn't get a phone call or nothing.
No, we just did a little private thing
I'm
because
sad now.
everybody was giving us the runaround, so we just went to the beach and just took some
Okay,
pictures. I
okay.
got to still edit them. But my wife was with me one day, and we was at shopping, doing some grocery shopping. And to make a long story short, I saw Denise DeBartolo York, and I said, "Hey, how you doing, Mrs. DeBartolo?"
Don't mean to cut you off. Felix just hit me up and said you hold up. Handful. You shot Lisette.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, duh. What's up, Felix?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I was the first one with him. Matter of fact, the logo that I use to this day, he made that logo for me
Oh,
in
okay.
exchange for
Okay.
shooting his model. That's correct.
Fire.
And so yeah, he went way back on that one, man. What's up, Dub? So we spoke to Mrs. DeBarlo. She's like, "I don't know you," and I was like, "Excuse me?" I said, "You remember my wife, don't you?" She's like, "I've never seen her." And I
Wow.
was like, "Wow, what's all that about?" So when I got home, I got this big mirror over my fireplace, and I was walking by, and I looked, and I said, "Oh my goodness, I got a Raider hat on." So this, so I
That's
hit her
what you
up.
get.
Yeah. So I hit her up. I said, "You know what? I apologize to you." I said, "No disrespect to the 49ers. I know that you did so much for me." I said, "But I've been liking the Raiders since 1976 because of uh, commitment to excellence." I said, "I really didn't have a lot of people believing in me." I
Mm-hmm.
said, "So then I just took that model, commitment to excellence. I know they got the one, just win, baby. They ain't been winning in a long time. But I took
When the
that one.
last time they won?
Man, oh,
What city was they in when they won?
wow.
We can say a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we could. 3 Super Bowls, but we got to go all the way back to, Oakland and L.A. They ain't
Where
did
they at?
they ain't did much in Vegas.
Where they at now?
They in Vegas now. We got Tom Brady like Tom.
Even the cities don't like them. I mean,
Facts.
oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
I mean, like we talked about this before we came on air. Like, y'all been owning us some preseason, the Cowboys, y'all been owning us. But I did say this, that being a photographer over a decade for the Pro Football Hall of Fame under Ronson Originals, that the Cowgirls and the Raiderettes are the best cheerleaders I've ever seen in my life. I
For
I
sure.
will say that.
But I know when I went to, I told you about that when I went to the Hall of Fame, and they was playing the Bengals. The Bengals got some nice looking, but all the Bengals girls look like they from the hood.
I seen them before too. The thing about it is, I like curvy women, so the Raiderettes are curvy, and then the cowgirls, they're just so limber. Like if you can't do that kick, you can't be a part of the team.
Right. So, all right, because you got me baffled right now. What? Give me some more stories, man.
Well, I can give you a story about Allen Iverson. So my friend says to me, "Hey man, you want to go to the 50 greatest players of all time in Cleveland, Ohio? Not the 100 greatest. I know there was 100, but the 50th. That
Dang.
was in '97." I said, "Sure." To make a long story short, I won't give the person's name out, but a young man, he was dressed in all Iverson gear and had the Iverson basketball for the 76ers, yada yada yada. So I was watching Jordan, and I named my son after Michael Jordan, and I'm looking at Jordan. He's just dominating the game. Like I'm looking at him like, man, he playing out here like there's some kids out here.
Right.
So I got bored, like bored because Jordan was just dominating. So I go, I'm gonna go walk out here. I ran out there. I seen Charles Oakley. I seen talk to him. I seen Diddy talk to Diddy. Then I'm walking.
You just dropping names like it's natural.
I mean, this is real. This real talk though. And then I'm walking. I said, "Yo, why are you crying?" He's like, "He won't give me his autograph." I'm like, "Who?" He like, "Allen." I'm like, "Allen who?" He like, "Allen Iverson." I said, "Man, later for him." Unbeknownst to me, his mom was right next to us. And she said, "I'll give this autograph for you." I thought it was his sister because she looks so young. Make a long story short, we go up to him. He signs the autograph. I said, "Thanks, tell him thanks, yada, yada, yada." And I think he was, he didn't even have his braids in. I had my braids
So
in at the time, though.
this was like his first year.
I think he was a sophomore. If I'm not, he could have been a rookie, but he didn't have his braids. I had my braids, but he didn't have his braids. But he had a lot of ice on him, and he had a black fur on him, and he had this entourage behind him.
Crazy.
Shout out to AI. He in the hall.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Facts.
I did an interview with Busy. They just got their star.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Had to say that real quick. Give me another story.
Okay, so the same friend, he says, "Hey, you want to go see TLC?" I'm like, TLC? Like,
what friend is this? Because they
Sherman Brown. Shout out to Sherman Brown. Sherman Brown. He says, "You want to go see TLC?" I said, "Man, I'm crazy about Lisa Left Eye." So we go up there. I think it was Indianapolis, and I'm walking. Got all access. I'm walking. I see Lisa coming towards me. She got on some flip flops, a t-shirt, some sweatpants, and a do rag. And I got my church suit on, so I'm feeling myself. And so
what color was the suit?
It was gray.
All right.
I look at her, and I'm looking at her like what? Because she wasn't dolled up. I'm like, what? So she just ran. Like, I guess my facial expression just made her run back to the to the green room. So anyway, me and my dude Sherman, we watch a Rapping Forte. And I was like, "Dude, you know who that is?" He's like, "Nah, I don't know that." I said, "Man, that's Tupac's friend, Rapping Forte from Cali." So I look up. The next thing I know, Lisa comes and wraps her arms around me. So my dude is like nudging me like, "Bruh." Like she wrapped her arms around me. It was her, T-Balls, and Chili. And that's the night that T-Balls got sick. So I never watched that movie because I was there. So she wrapped her arms around me the whole time. Had to have her arms around me for about at least a good 2 minutes.
Why?
I'm going to tell you why. I believe that was her way of showing me how cool she was. Even though she wasn't dolled up at the time, when she got dolled up, she came and showed me a lot of love.
Wow.
But me, I was up there like, yeah, stunting like, yeah, she's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? And I really felt bad when she passed later on, because that's when it dawned on me, bruh, she was showing you a lot of love.
Right.
Sometimes some things come to you later on in life, and that was one of those situations. Rest in peace, Lisa Left Eye Lopez.
Yes, rest in peace. So when it comes to like religion, right?
Yes, sir.
What would you have to say to someone that's want to change, but they don't know how to change?
That's a great question. I'm in that boat. There's certain things that I want to change, but I can't do it on my own. I would say just pray to God all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm constantly praying to God all the time. Now my wife, she's the type that's gonna be on her hands and knees praying for hours. I go to sleep, I wake up, I get something to eat, I go back to sleep, I wake up, she's still on her hands and knees praying. Me, I just talk to God. Like me and you talking, that's how I talk to him. And I just let him know, like, even if I fall, I keep on getting up. Like, God, I can't do this without you. God, I can't do this without you. And I'm honest with him. Like before I met my wife in 1983, so
Man,
this is something I've been going through for a
that's when I
while.
was born.
Wow. So yeah, in 1983, I met her in college at Youngstown State University.
Okay.
And before I got serious with my wife, I had me some little honeys. We wasn't doing that, but we was, we was wrestling. I would say, like Bishop Wagner used to say, we was wrestling. And I would always say, God, I use his word. I want to wrestle with this girl, but I don't want to go all the way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want to tap out. My point is that I've always been honest with God, because he's God. He knows you anyway. He made you. He knows your framework, and so I would just always pray to him to help me. So I think the person, whatever challenges they're going through, just be honest about the challenge. Realize you can't do it on your own, and ask for him to help you.
Okay. So you've been married for how many years?
35 years.
35 years. So, all right, to someone who want to be married, right?
Yes, sir.
Let me get my question right.
Yes, sir.
I gotta get
It's gonna be a deep one.
I gotta think about it a second.
I'll say this while you think about it.
All right.
I did pursue my wife for 7 years. And when I finally started going with her, I told her I wanted to go with her for at least a year, because I believe in 4 seasons: spring, summer, winter, fall. And if I could be with somebody for a year, I know how they're going to be in season and out of season. Then when I got engaged, I didn't believe in long engagement, so I got engaged to her 6 months and then married her.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you just answered my question. So for a whole year to learn her.
Right.
It takes longer than that to learn somebody, though.
Well, remember, I said I pursued her for 7 years. So I pursued her for 7 years.
Okay, so you was
I
watching.
went with her for a year.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so
that's 8 years in me.
I put my time in.
That's amazing right there.
Yeah.
7 years, then 1. Jesus.
Yep.
I ain't got that much time though.
So we married each other like for 3 times. Now, when we get our 40th, we're gonna have our youngest son do our renew our wedding vows.
Mm-hmm.
See, my daughter, she got me on the spot because she called me on the way over here. Like I've got stuff to do. We gotta go somewhere. Blah, blah, blah. So you don't have that much time. Like, don't be talking. So I'm trying to get all the good stuff out. All the good stuff.
So what's the greatest part of being married that long?
Not having no diseases. Not having no baby mama drama. Them was all my 3 children, me and her, and to be able to wake up to a beautiful wife. She's a very beautiful wife at 62. We both 62.
Oh. So what keep y'all going?
God. Definitely God. I married her. Don't make excuses, young people. I married her with $20 in the bank and 25 cents in my pocket.
Wow.
So, people like, yeah, I got to get my funds together first. Yeah, I want to be established first. Like, don't make excuses. And then my grandmother, before she passed, rest in peace, she was loaded. And she just said, I was looking for some money. She said, love will find a way. And I was hot. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to get mad. I'm just going to bank on that. Love will find a way. Right. 35 years later, love has definitely found a way.
Right. So you believe, well, you met your other half.
Absolutely. I saw her at Youngstown State University, and I used to call her the little redhead girl like Charlie Brown. And I was like, I'm going to marry her. And yeah, when people say love at first sight, yeah, I experienced it. It's real. I was
That's
like,
amazing.
I'm going to marry her. Like I said, the 8-year process, but 35 years later, I'm still with her.
Right. Man, they only had $25 in your pocket.
25 in the bank. No, I think 20 in the bank and 25 cents
25. Oh, Jesus.
I'm glad you said that. It was 25 cents in my pocket. Bishop Norman L. Wagner married us along with Pastor Reverend Glenn. That was her pastor. So they both officiated us.
That's amazing.
Rest in peace to both of them. They passed too.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Let me go back to one of your questions when you was asking about, which do I like the best as far as photography. And I went with football because I'm a big football head.
Mm-hmm.
But let me talk about the females. I had 50 models under contract at one time. And I got some of the models to go to New York Fashion Week with me, Cleveland Fashion Week with me, yada, yada, yada. I don't think that people can pull off what I did 15 years ago working with models, because back then I would see them at the mall or at college campus or something like that.
Right.
It's just so hard to do nowadays because the world has really gotten out of control and people just don't trust people. So 15 years ago, I was able to do that. When 2020 came, it seemed like from there to 6 years that we're dealing with now, it's really hard to go out here and just get 50 beautiful women.
Right.
And my wife was a big part of that because she used to let me use our living room as a studio.
That's sweet. Yeah, it's a big difference now.
It
Like,
is.
what you did is. Do you think you can do it again, or you think just because times change?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I met my most famous model from MySpace days, Jennifer Nicole Lee.
Mm-hmm.
So I was promoting her. My daughter hit me to MySpace back in the day, and I seen this lady named Jennifer Nicole Lee. Boom, boom, boom. I loved everything about her. I said, if I ever get some models, I'm gonna try to take the pictures her photographers take of her.
Right.
Make a long story short, I went on Instagram. 10 years later, she's like, "Are you the guy that's been promoting me for 10 years?" I said, "Yeah." I went by past MySpace for the Hollywood Stars on MySpace, and
Right.
then she set up for me and my daughter to come take pictures of her at Columbus, Ohio. And from there, my wife said, "Where you want out of that?" I said, "I want her to start flying me to Miami." She started flying me to Miami, taking pictures in I end up in Ocean Drive, Oxygen Magazine, Strong Magazine. These was magazines that I carried to school, and now I'm in those magazines with her pictures. So I'm at Barnes and Nobles, looking, holding up, covers of my own work. So yeah, God's been good to me.
Man, that is amazing, man. Like the stories that you got and the things that you went through from nothing to
That part. So here's the spinoff to that.
mm-hmm.
Basically, growing up in the projects, Westlake projects, 18 years old, big football head, and I remember being teased a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember God telling me go to Psalms 37. Fret not thyself because of evildoers. Literally, it was at that time that God spoke to me and said, "I'm going to have you meet famous and rich people." That didn't happen overnight. Like that, from 18, that started to happen in my late 50s. But I never once doubted him.
Right.
Not one time. So, as far as my company goes, I had a little teeny $99 camera, but I had the bangingest model.
Mm-hmm.
I had a model named Jennifer Leitner, not Jennifer Nicole Lee, but Jennifer Leitner.
Right.
And this was in the times that the Cavelli Center had a Mahoney Thunder football team. So anyway, to make a long story short, I tell my wife, "Oh, you got to come to the semi-pro football game. I don't like football." I said, "No. It's a cheerleader I want you to see." So we go down there. I said, "That's her right there." So then at the last game, I get a chance to meet her. I tell God I'm gonna manage her, but I'm gonna wait for her for 2 years. I was a Salvation Army pastor, a youth pastor at the time. I waited for 2 years. I called Luck Penny from the radio station. He's like, "I know exactly who you're talking about." And then I ended up managing her. The rest was history. I gave her the name of Black Marilyn Monroe because she reminded me of Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, wow.
And so when I gave her the Black Marilyn Monroe, I took her photo shoots. She blew up. I blew up. And as they say, the rest is history when it came to the females.
That's crazy.
You get you one baddie or one, ludicrous my chick, you get you And not that I was going with her, but you know, she was my main model. You get you one. That's all you need is one, and then the rest of them going, you know,
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
follow.
follow. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's crazy, man. So what else you want the people to know? Cause
Well,
I know we stressed for time.
I want the people to know that I am retired, and if you want me to take your pictures, it's gonna cost you for me to come out of retirement.
Oh
That's
man.
real talk. I'm not even playing.
Yep. All right. Let me see. I need another story.
See, okay, so I'm at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and Peyton Manning has just won the Super Bowl. And so when Peyton Manning walks in, all of the media photographers run to him, just go boom. And I say, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm looking for an exclusive. If I run there, I'm gonna have the same pictures as all of them, just closer or farther angles or whatever. I need something that they don't all have since they all ran in and
Right.
bum rushed him. I turn, I look, and who do I see? The GOAT, Jerry Rice.
Oh man.
So I'm like, oh my goodness, it's Jerry Rice. So I'm like, Jerry. So Roger Craig just happened to come by. Now Roger Craig remembered me when they won the Super Bowl because I drove him to the Southern Park Mall. Roger Craig always known for wearing his sunglasses and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But Roger Craig remembered me. Matter of fact, Roger Craig is inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this year, incidentally. So he says to me, like, yeah, man, I remember you, with the Bartlows. And like, yeah, I was like, yeah. He's like, tell Denise DeBartolo York I should be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I was the first guy to rush for 1,000 yards and 1,000 yards receiving, 1,000 yards catching. So I said, hey, Roger, is it cool if I get a picture with you and Jerry? And I have that in my basement right now.
Oh wow.
Jerry Rice and Roger Craig. So
That's crazy.
yeah. So I mean, as far as celebrities and stuff like that, I do have some amazing stories. I was driving one year and I said, India, you know we've met a lot of celebrities, right? She's like, yeah, Dad. I said, I'm gonna drop two names of two people I want to meet. I said, I probably might not meet them, but before I leave this earth, I want to meet him. I said, Warren Moon. She's like, I'm familiar with him. He's a black quarterback, Dad. I said, yeah. I said, and the other one is Anthony Munoz. I said, he played on the line for the Cincinnati Bengals. You mentioned him. I said, but I think he's a stand-up guy. I would like to meet both of them. We get to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, where we're supposed to be at. I nudge my daughter like, there go both of them right there. Together.
What the?
I ended up taking a picture with them, holding the football that the president gave him, President Baker at the time. It was so surreal. So then another story is, I said, man, I'd have met everybody I wanted to meet. Who would I want to meet? And I said, I think I would want to meet Arthur, who is the owner of the Atlanta Falcons. So about 15 minutes later, I see a big entourage of people coming, and I look, it's him. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So there's this young guy, and he's looking at I got my Allen Iversons on, my retro Iversons on. He's looking at my shoes, and I was like, he's dressed up though. I'm like, why is he looking at my shoes like that? So I was about to say something negative to him. The Lord's like, nah, don't do that. And so I said, yo, my man, I like your shoes. He's like, I was just looking at your Iversons. I like them. So then Arthur says, you know who you talking to? I said, no. He said he liked my shoes. I like his. He said, that's my son. So he's like, come over here. The elevator took forever to come down. So I'm having a conversation with him. He said, what's your name? I said, Ronson. He said, I like that name. Where'd it come from? I said, Ronson Lighter Fluid, 1964, the year I was born. So it's just been like that, man. Like I think about meeting somebody. I think about seeing someone, and then God lets me see them like sometimes the same day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy work.
Wow. How? I want to say how, but because every story was like, yo, I thought about it, and then it happened.
Yeah. I think like when you talk about God or the Logos, the thought of thought, before God spoke the world into existence, he thought about it.
Right.
And then what he thought about, he spoke what he thought about. And like he said, let there be light. But he thought about light first. Right. And so a lot of times when we think about something, we visualize it and then we actualize it.
Facts.
And God knows your heart. He knows what you want. Like you talked about today. I was looking at all the equipment that you got up here. I said, man, this is a nice setup. And then you was like, it costs something to build this setup, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that was something. And then you shout out to your sister. You know, you said that, you know, shared the story about how your sister said she wants you to, you know, go and do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's just certain things in life that we get inspired by and impacted by, and then it just pushes us. And then God knows if it's something like he said, Psalms 37, he'll give you the desires of your heart.
Right.
So he puts in your heart what it should desire, and then he gives you the desires of your heart. Like, I don't think for me, it would be my desire to be a millionaire. It wouldn't be my desire because number one, I'm giving, I probably would lose it all within 3-4 years.
That's the same with me. I never wanted to be a millionaire, just want to be comfortable. That's it.
I want to say shout out to MC Hammer. Because speaking on that, man, MC Hammer was he was that dude, man, that just went and got a whole community. And even if they didn't have no talent, you be a roadie. You just carry the bag. You know what I'm saying? But then he hit rock bottom, man. Them people was nowhere to be found.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But MC Hammer, he came back up, you know.
Oh yeah, he doing his thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
I want to give a shout out to Rihanna. I'm crazy about Rihanna. Like if you ask me what my best song of hers is "Bitch better have my money, pay me what you owe me." But I'm the one that's always saying hi Rihanna and promote her and stuff like that. If I seen Rihanna, I probably would just go hi Rihanna and just keep it moving.
Where can they find you? Like, what's your pages?
The crazy thing about it is I had a big following on my Instagram and my Facebook. I had like 12 pages respectively. I had 3,300 some people blocked on both pages respectively.
Wow.
And my page just got suspended because I couldn't account for one of my pages. So I'm starting all over again.
Oh my goodness.
And now I'm starting over again. I believe my Instagram is Ronson.McDowell, and my Facebook is Ronson Redesign. So I'm starting all over from scratch, but I really don't mind. It's a challenge.
Right. It'll get back up to where it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I ain't really a numbers person. You know what I'm saying?
Me either.
I'm just about content and just about like I like to have cool people in my corner. Like I said, 3,500 people blocked on both platforms. Like you come on my page talking crazy, I'm not even gonna respond to you. I'm just gonna block you.
Right.
So I like being around positive people that are better than me. You know, then that gives me something to aim for. You know,
right.
But I'm not saying I'm better than nobody else, but I want to be around people who aren't sharp enough aren't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To make me a better person.
Help you grow. You gotta be around people that's gonna help you grow and not take away from you.
Yeah.
Because energy is a big thing. I love positive energy. When it comes to negative stuff, I don't even mess with it.
But I'm gonna tell you something. You have no idea that this was one of the last things I told the Lord. I said, Lord, I really want to be interviewed because I've done a lot.
Right.
And so this was literally the last, how they say, bucket list. I'm not trying to tap out though, but this is my final bucket list right here that I told God I want somebody to interview me, and not just like somebody just turning on a cell phone. This is the real deal right here.
Thank you.
How we doing on time? Because I know my daughter, she
watching right now.
Oh, she watching right now. What's up, India Raven? Check out my daughter, India Raven. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, she is my number one favorite rapper in the world. And I'm not just saying this because she's my daughter. Like, this girl can go home, write lyrics, make a beat, and remember the song by heart and perform it the same night. Like, who does that?
That's fine.
And then outside of her, I'm gonna say Bad Baby. I love Bad Baby. And it's not just because I like her voice, I like her flows, but I just like her vibe. I like Bad Baby's vibe. Like, right. She's bad. Like, she's a bad girl. Shout out to Bad Baby. So India Raven, Bad Baby, definitely. Rihanna, you know.
So who do India get her style from? Is it you or Mom?
I'm gonna say this: she definitely get her swag from me. Okay, because when she was a little girl, my wife tried to make her wear the little Morton Salt outfit. You know, the little Morton Salt with the yellow hat and the yellow jacket, but hers was purple. My daughter cried like a baby. She was not trying to hear it. She's always had swag. She's always like, have really her drip. That's the word I'm looking for. She always had drip. So I always had drip too. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm 62, I still got drip. My wife wanted to make sure I had some drip today. I think I look all right.
Oh yeah,
I
oh
was
yeah.
saying, I was like, I can't show my Jordans off, but I got drip. So yeah, my daughter, she definitely got the drip from me. She got the smarts from her mom. Her mom is smart. They both got their degrees from Youngstown State University, so she definitely got that from her mom.
All right. So what's the goal you got?
Ooh,
Let's say for next year.
that's another great question. Cause I'm trying to reinvent myself. I should have bought my little doll here. It's called Superhero Dude.
I thought you was, because you talked about that.
Right. I ain't want people to think that, oh, this dude bringing, Muppets to the stage. But I got an alter ego he calls Superhero Dude. And Superhero Dude talks about stuff that, I might not want to talk about, my alter ego. So I want to do more with Superhero Dude. I might take him to the Pro Football Hall of Fame with me this year.
Okay.
Yeah. And other than that, I just want to take pictures of trees and houses and sunrises, sunsets. Like, that's my real big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, I like scenery like that. You know what I'm saying? But
Sweet,
other than that, I'm not even trying to be funny. I've done everything I want to do. I've been every place like the song said, I've been everywhere, man. I've been every place I wanted to be. I met every celebrity I ever wanted to meet. So I'm really blessed at 62
Right.
and retired. So I'm definitely blessed.
I want to be there.
Yes, sir.
I want to be there. I'm going to get there too.
You will. You will. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Because I don't want India to be mad at me.
Right.
India, we got to go look at that building. Let you know that since your daddy here.
Shout out to my wife. Like, my wife is the real GOAT. And as famous as I am for what all I've done, if you can roll back further, like back in the 77, my wife is more famous than me. Her hair, like, soon as I'm with her, like, I can't be with her in public without somebody complimenting her hair. She's more famous than me. I love you, Latanya.
Oh,
I want some
so
brownie
sweet.
points, bro.
That's so sweet. That just made me cry. All right. I don't want to get beat up, and I don't want him to get beat up.
No. And I don't want to get no speeding ticket going back home.
We out. Thank you so much, man.
We out.